Okay, so in this lesson, we are going to do something similar to last time, just kind of a different, slightly different idea. So this learning target is I can graph a linear equation given a point and a slope. So yesterday in the last lesson, you talked about graphing from y equals mx plus b. So given the equation, you were able to graph the line. Today, I'm not going to give you the equation. I'm going to give you the slope, and I'm going to give you a point. So if you remember from yesterday, the first thing when we plot lines is we plot the y-intercept. And then we use the slope to plot other points. So use the slope to plot other points. So instead of this case, we don't have the y-intercept, but we're given a point. So the first thing you're going to do is plot the point, and then you'll use the y or the slope to move. So I'm going to plot the point -3, 4. Okay, so that's my point. And my slope is -3 over 4, which is my change in y over my change in x. And if you remember from yesterday's lesson, the negative, when you have a negative slope, it's going to go with either number and not both. So if you want to put it with the -3, that means you're going to go down, because remember, this is your rise over run. We talked about that last lesson. So you're going to go down if the 3 is negative, and that means you'll go right because your 4 is positive. Or if you read it the other way, where the 4 is negative, you're going to go right 3 and down, or I'm sorry, up 3 and left 4. Okay, so you'll be rising and running, but slightly differently. So you're going to plot this first. And so if I'm going down 3 into the right 4, I'd start here and I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my next point. Then I can continue 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can continue until I reach. It's always a good idea to make sure you're plotting as many points as you can. And so if I were to go the other way, up 3 and left 4, that means I can start from my original point and go up 3, left 4. So I end up going the same direction. I just do it on the other side of that point. So now that I have those points, I can use my ruler to connect my points into a line, put arrows on my points, and if I wanted to, I could write the equation of the line. We don't have to here, because we're just graphing from a point and a slope. Or, yeah, point and a slope. So that's example number 1. Example number 2 is kind of the same thing. It says graph the line of passing through the point 1, -2 with a slope of -3. So the first thing I'm going to do is plot the point 1, -2. And that is here. And so then my slope, I know, is my change in y over change in x, or you could say your rise over your run. So that is equal to -3. So -3 is just a number. If I want to make it a fraction, I can put any number to make it a fraction over 1, which will tell me to go down 3 and to the right 1. So from my point here, I'm going to go down 3, to the right 1, down 3 to the right 1. And so that's pretty much how I can go in that direction. I could go opposite, up 3 into the left 1 to get my other ones. And so there I have my points. And again, I'll just connect my dots, put arrows on it, and there you go. So a lot of the practice is going to be doing this, and given a point and a slope, can you graph those lines?